Roots of positive rational number. Number 1, x square is equal to 2. To get the value of x, we have to take the square root of this. Taking square root of both the sides, the square root of x square is x. And any positive number has two roots. That's why I am writing here plus, minus, that means positive and negative. But 2 is not a perfect square, or 2 is not square of any integer. That's why it remains in the square root. Now I am separating these two values with positive and with negative sign. X is equal to positive square root of 2 or x is equal to negative square root of 2, and these two are irrational numbers. Now second example, x raised to 5 is equal to 32. The power of x is 5 here. To get the value of x, I have to take the fifth root of both the sides. That's why I have written here, taking fifth root of both the sides. Now LHS and RHS write down in the fifth root. Fifth root of x raised to 5 is equal to fifth root of 32. Now I am factorizing the numbers which I have written under this symbol. The factors of x raised to 5 are 5 times x I have written in the multiplication. And the factors of 32, 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. Now I am making the group equal to this root. It is the fifth root. That's why I am making the group of 5 same numbers, and in RHS also. For this group, to remove this fifth root from both the sides, for this group I am taking a single x is equal to, and for this group I am taking a single. That means fifth root gone away. So that 2 is a rational number. In other words, 32 is the fifth power of 2. That means fifth root of 32 is 2. That means 2 is a rational number. Now x raised to 4 is equal to 10. To get the value of x, I have to find out the fourth root of this. That's why I am taking fourth root of both the sides. Write down LHS and RHS in the fourth root. Fourth root of x raised to 4 is equal to fourth root of 10. The fourth root of x raised to 4 is x. But 10 is not the fourth power of any number or any integer. That's why it remains in the fourth root. X is equal to fourth root of 10. 10 is not the fourth power of any integer. That's why it is irrational. Fourth root of 10 is irrational number. By learning these three examples, now we are learning the surds. In the number nth root of a, how to read? Nth root of a. Three conditions are necessary. N is a natural number. The number which is written in this V-shaped part of this sign or symbol, that should be a natural number. This A is a positive rational number. That means the number which is written under this symbol, that should be a positive rational number. And third condition, the whole nth root of a, this is irrational number. Then nth root of a is a surd. If a number passed three conditions, then that should be a surd. Just we have seen the definition of the surd. Now, in nth root of a in this number, this sign we are familiar from the 5th or 6th standard. And in the 5th and 6th standard, we have seen that it is called as the square root. But actually, this symbol is called the radical sign. The name of this symbol is radical sign. Second, the number which is written in the V-shaped part of this symbol, that is called order of the surd. And the number which is written under the symbol, that is called as radicand. To learn the surd, first of all we know the terminology. What is this? This symbol is called radical sign. This n is called order of the surd, and the number which is written under the symbol, that is called radicand. Now we are learning about the surd family. We have seen the definition, we have seen the terminology. Now we are learning about the surd family. Yes. This is the symbol radical sign. This is the radical sign. When there is no number in V-shaped part of this symbol, then it is the square root. And we know very well. That means if number is nothing here, that means there is 2. When number is nothing here, that means there is 2, and this is called square root. If 3 is written here in the V-shaped part of this symbol, it is called as the cube root. If 4 is written, then it is called as the fourth root. If 5 is written in the V-shaped part of this radical sign, then it is called as the fifth root. In this way, if n is written in the V-shaped part of this symbol, that means radical sign, then it is called as the nth root. Nth root. That means this family, the surd family, is too much bigger, up to infinity. After learning the definition of the surds, terminology, and about the surd family, now we are learning some examples how to identify the number, the given number is surd or not. This is the first example, fifth root of 8. Now, according to the definition, I am checking the three conditions. This 5 is a natural number. The number which is written under the radical sign, that should be a positive rational number. And yes, 8 is a positive rational number. Now the third condition, this whole number, fifth root of 8, if it is irrational number, and yes, it is irrational number. Why it is irrational number? 8 is not the fifth power of any integer or any number. That's why it is irrational number. So, this fifth root of 8 is a surd. Now we see the second example. Fourth root of 16. Again, I am checking the three conditions. This 4 is a natural number. This 16 is the radicand here. 16 is a positive rational number. That means two conditions are passed here. Now what about the third condition? Fourth root of 16 is not an irrational number. Why it is not an irrational number? Because 16 is fourth power of a number. 16 is fourth power of a number and that number is 2. See here. Fourth root of 16 means fourth root of, factorize this 16, we get 2 4 times. 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. And we make the group of these four numbers. And we get a single 2 for this group outside of the fourth root. And we get a rational number. It is not irrational. That's why fourth root of 16 is not a rational number, not a irrational number. It is a rational number actually. If it is irrational, then it is surd. But it is not irrational. That's why fourth root of 16 is not a surd. That means to declare it is a surd or not a surd, first of all, we have to check these three conditions.